is dry and lonely. I was 5 years old. I was pretty once, with curly brown hair done up in bows, tiny feet, and a sweet little face that Mother loved to call doll-like. Papa loved to give hugs. His hugs were the best, all pine and tobacco smelling. His pipe was always in his teeth. It's always cold and dark down here. The well is dry and lonely. We lived in a beautiful home, all wood floors and pretty wallpaper. My little sister and brother were small. Our horses were amazing and so big. Our horse master was old and bald. He was nice. He was like a grandpa to me, and I loved him. It's always cold and dark down here. The well is dry and lonely. Grandpa Horsemaster didn't wake up one day, and everyone was sad. He was buried in the family graveyard by the grapevines. It was a sad time, but Papa needed help on the ranch, so he hired someone. It's always cold and dark down here. The well is dry and lonely. The man was tall and really thin. He was old too, and not very nice. He spit and smoked and would touch me in weird places when helping me up onto a horse I loved. Her name was Blackie. Her coat was black and shiny, and her mane was so soft, my little hands loved to braid it. It's always cold and dark down here. The well is dry and lonely. Mama got busy with my siblings, because they got sick a lot. Papa was called away for work. Some rich person wanted his best horse. Mama got busy with my siblings. They got sick a lot. Papa was called away for work. Some richer person wanted his best horse. Mama had to take the others to the doctor, so she left me alone. I didn't have any friends. I thought the horsemaster would be my friend. It's always cold and dark down here. The well is dry and lonely. He would be my friend, my special friend. He would play with me, and we would talk a lot. He tried not to be mean to me. He had strange ideas of playing, though. It's always cold and dark down here. The well is dry and lonely. It hurts. It hurts so much, Mama. Papa, help me. The horse master's really mean. He touched me with things. A whip. His cigarette. He hurt me more, Mama, and I'm bleeding. I can't move, Papa. I'm scared. It's always cold and dark down here. The well is dry and lonely. He put me in the old well, Papa. Can't you hear me calling? Why can't you find me, Mama? I'm right here, sitting in the well. My body is tired and hurts so bad. My little hands and feet are numb, and my middle hurts so much. I sleep for a long time. It's always cold and dark down here. The well is dry and lonely. I wake up again, and something's different. I can move, and it doesn't hurt. But I'm lonely. The mean man left his toys with me down here. His knife, his whip, his belt, his gloves, nails he used to poke my eyes with. He was so mean. I want him to feel the pain too. I can be mean. It's always cold and dark down here. The well is dry and lonely. I'm alive, but I can't see much. I can feel. This is my home now. The well is dry. The horse master was mean. I should find him. I start to climb. My dress rips in many spots while I climb. My fingers turn slippery and my nails fall off. My fingertips turn bony and hard. The wetness makes it hard to climb, so I wipe my hands on my dress when I get to a good spot on the well wall. I keep climbing until I reach the top. The horse master didn't cover my well. It's winter time now. Strange, I thought it was summer when he hurt me. I put it out of my mind. It's always cold and dark down here. The well is dry and lonely. I sit on the well for a bit. I can see a little bit now. It looks like nighttime. It's not cold. The snow is pretty and everything is silent. I love it. I wipe my hands on my dress again. My fingertips feel funny. I don't feel any pain. Oh well. It's always cold and dark down here. The well is dry and lonely. I climb down from the well and step into the snow. It feels soft, like cotton, not cold, which makes me happy. I dance in the snow. My worries come back, though, soon. I stop dancing. Mama always told me to be nice, mind my tongue if I get mad. A girl should always be proper, so I don't say anything. In the far distance, I see my home. It's always cold and dark down here. The well is dry and lonely. My eyes are blurry, like I'm looking through Mama's lace curtains, but I know where I'm going. The horse master is mean, so I won't be nice either. I can be mean too. I have his toys in my dress pockets. His gloves are too big though, so I left them in my well. Maybe they'll fit when I'm older. It's always cold and dark down here. The well is dry and lonely. The stable house is pretty. There's a light on in the window. I knock on the door. The smell of whiskey and cigarettes is horrible. The horsemaster opens the door and looks around. He doesn't see me slide past him.
"Who's there?"
He calls out. I'm quiet. It's always cold and dark down here. The well is dry and lonely. He closes the door. I wait. He's really tall. I'm only 5, and I want him to sit down so I can get to him. He eats his dinner and gets drunk on whiskey. He falls asleep in his chair by the fire. I start with the whip. I'm too small to crack it though, so I use it to tie him up. He wakes up when I cut him with his knife. For the first time. He sees me in the firelight and screams until I cut off his socks and stick them in his mouth. Shh. Don't wake Mama and Papa now. I feel a gleefully warm feeling in my chest when he whimpers. I don't look so pretty anymore. I know I'm not a little pretty girl anymore. My fingertips are gone. Just bony tips remain, bloody and sharp. I don't feel any pain. But my pretty dress is all dirty and ripped and stained now. My softly curled hair with the bows is messy and dirty. The bows are gone, and I can feel that my eyes are strange too now. Good. I like it. I'm not a nice little girl anymore. It's always cold and dark down here. The well is dry and lonely. The horsemaster's mind doesn't last long. I poke his eyes out with the nail and then scratch him with my finger bones. My knife cuts his pants, and the other thing he used to hurt me with comes off with some sawing. He screams even through the sock when I do this. I throw that piece into the fireplace. It smells bad. I don't want him to die just yet, though, so I do something I heard Papa talk about once when one of the workers got hurt. I get the fireplace poker and let it get super hot. He gags and screams and whimpers. His whimper makes me giggle. He hurt me so bad. I watch as he falls asleep, suddenly. It's always cold and dark down here. The well is dry and lonely. He's heavy, so I wake him up with more pain. The belt smacking his nose does it. He's mine now. I tie the whip around his neck like I did with Blackie's lead when she didn't have her bridle yet, and he follows me when I pull on him, just like a puppy. He shuffles. It's funny to watch, and I giggle again. It's always cold and dark down here. The well is dry and lonely. The horsemaster flinches every time he moves. He jitters and twists, and I giggle again. When we go outside, I see he's bleeding again from his biggest wound. I don't bother fixing him, though. He's gonna live with me now. He'll be my pet. Mama never wanted me to have pets in the house. Papa thought pets were silly. Silly Papa, this pet can be helpful. I pull the horsemaster more, and he leaves a trail all the way to my well. When I tug on the whip, he whimpers again, in terror, but leans over, and I whisper, "Let's play a game." He nods, grimacing in pain. I grin back, feeling my cheeks split a little, and he flinches. I'm gonna untie you. Run for home. If you make it to the front door of Papa's home, I'll let you live there. If I catch you, you have to live with me. It's always cold and dark down here. The well is dry and lonely. When I let him go, he turns and stumbles for the ranch. He's slow. I giggle again, walking beside him. He moans, spitting out the socks, and moves faster. I'm gonna get you, I call out. I like this game. I let him get to the door. I stand at the bottom of the pretty carved stairs and watch as he pounds on it, then falls into my home screaming. He's blind, babbling about a demon child, whatever that is. I wait. Papa doesn't see me in the dark. He sees his horse master, though. Papa yells, and that makes me giggle. It would be nice if Papa could join me, but Mama wouldn't like it. So I'm nice. Until Papa sees me. I smile and step into the light, wanting a hug. Demon! He yells. I stop smiling. It's always dark and cold down here. The well is dry and lonely. Why are you so mean, Papa? What did I do? It's me. I'm home now. Why are you getting your gun, Papa? Is there a monster behind me? No, don't shoot me, Papa, please. I try to scream, but nothing happens, and he shoots me right in my little chest. I fly backwards into the dark. It doesn't hurt. I don't feel any pain at all. But now my dress is all ruined. It was so pretty. Mama made it for me after all. I should punish Papa next. Mama needs to make me a new dress too, and I'm sure my siblings will want to play in the soft, fluffy snow. It's always cold and dark down here. The well is dry, but won't be lonely for long. Well, that was terrifying. I need to go and have some tea now and hug my dog. Thanks so much again, Niirac, for the really terrifying story. You told me that this one didn't actually come out of any experiences that you had, thankfully. And I actually doodled a little something for you online, so I'll show the picture in the video. If you want to hear, if you guys like this story and want to see more or hear more or less, I narrate once a week. And if you want to have your story featured, go ahead and write to me. I don't mind, and honestly, I'm looking for ideas. According to Niirac, this was one that just popped into her brain, but she doesn't get as much inspiration as she'd like to sometimes. So yeah, if you enjoyed this, feel free to subscribe, share. I'm over on DeviantArt as Little Horror Stories. I'm also over on Reddit as Little Horror Stories, so if you want to, feel free to contact me too. Have a good week, and I'll see you on next Friday.